Hey everyone, it's Job. I hope you're doing well today. Today we have a good old-fashioned journal with me, so grab your notebooks, your journals, or whatever creative project you have, and let's get started. So today we are using my Midori Traveler's notebook. This is the Prada Collaboration Traveler's notebook in the regular size, and I'm using a vertical weekly insert as my repurposed daily insert. And I say this every single video, but I have been loving this insert because it's nice to recycle an old, unused notebook, and I don't know, it's kind of like a sense of an accomplishment because you are taking something that you kind of wish you used and you're actually fulfilling that destiny in using that notebook. So I've been loving it. I think we're halfway through this notebook, and I've been using it as my morning pages notebook, but I can talk about that a little bit because it's kind of helped me with my current mood as of late, and it's very helpful. But we'll talk about the actual spread first. So I went into this journaling session feeling surprise, very meh about a lot of things. I still am kind of, working through whatever I was feeling last week. I still feel a little bit anxious and nervous about a lot of stuff, and that has been further exacerbated in the past 2 weeks. There's been so much that has happened in terms of like global affairs and stuff, and my heart goes out to all the people of color and all the black people in America. It's ridiculous, and I stand with you. I'm a Canadian, so it's kind of like we all have our own issues as a country, but yeah, it's kind of sad to see everything that's unfolding there. But yeah, I've been feeling like very meh about a lot of things, so I've kind of wanted to go for a little bit more of a subdued tone for this journal spread. And my go-to when I am feeling kind of meh about things is always to use like different shades of brown. And to be honest, like I would use these shades and I would probably create the same spread if I was happy, because this is just like my look and the style of journaling that I like. But I wanted to spice things up and use this. I guess this is actually a part of some packaging. This is actually the back packaging, I believe, for the Kinfolk Entrepreneur book, which I've had for like a few years. I purchased it right when I got back from Korea, and it was kind of like a little gift to myself to like I don't know, like spark that entrepreneurial spirit. But I haven't actually read that book. I feel like I flipped through it. It's like a coffee table book. Highly recommend it. But the few pages that I have read were very inspiring, and I wanted that to be the background for the right hand side of the spread. But I was kind of like lost as to what I should do for the rest of that spread. So I thought I would look through my old journal, and I was flipping through my catch-all journal, and I found this red and brown, actually it was an orange and brown illustrated page, and I thought I would draw influence from that. And I took out this Gecko notepad. This is actually a watercolor notepad, and I really love this paper, and I really wanted to use this like a sketchbook and not tear out pages from it, but the paper quality is so good, and I thought I would just like take advantage of it because I've been hoarding it for so long. I think I purchased this back in 2016 actually, so it's quite old, and yeah, I wanted to use it. I wanted to paint like some leaves as usual, but I kind of have been toying around with more angular shapes in my catch-all notebook in terms of drawing botanicals and leaves, and you can kind of see that they're like a little bit more diamond shaped like the leaves, and a little bit more angular because it's just nice to like play around with different shapes and techniques. And I kind of was playing around with the idea of leaving some leaves just outlined and having it be white on the inside instead of painting it in. And I was kind of mixing oranges and yellows, and this is the type of shade that I gravitate towards. This is like my favorite shade of orangey yellow that I use in a lot of things. I'm kind of obsessed with that color. It's kind of the same color as my Switch and my favorite mild liner shade. But yeah, I can't get enough of this like warm toned orangey yellow. And yeah, this was just a pretty fun and relaxing like painting session. This actually took me longer than I expected because I kind of took my time with it. Usually when I paint these florals, it just like I speed through it and then I kind of regret what I painted because I was rushing it. But this is kind of nice actually. I was trying to mix darker colors and darker browns, but I was really kind of thinking about using like straight up dark brown, but I decided not to, and I put that aside, and I thought I would add details later. So I returned back to my journal spread, and this is when I took out this really cool letterpress kind of post-it paper pad thing from Klasky. I usually use the onion skin paper version of this, which I love. And I have a larger version of this, but I think I ran out because I was using it for Etsy packages for a little bit. But I used my wooden stamps again, and I think I've been using these a lot lately just because I love how you can't quite center the words properly when you're using wooden stamps. It adds to like that wonky looking stamped feel, but I actually ironically stamped this pretty neatly, so that kind of is the opposite of what I wanted, but that's all right. And then to play off of the grid paper post-it or piece of paper that I used in the center of the left-hand side of the spread, I used the Klasky grid tape. And I love Klasky. You guys all know that. I use a Klasky washi at the bottom of the page, and then I used my own sticker from the travel sticker set. It's actually the map. It's the map sticker. And I toyed around with the idea of journaling already, but I forgot that I wasn't done the spread yet, so I pulled back the painting and I decided to actually just use my pencil crayons to add the details to this little painting. And it was nice because I had that exact shade of that warm toned yellow in pencil crayon format. That's a weird way of saying it. I keep saying pencil crayons, I mean colored pencils. Such a Canadian thing. I think colored pencils is colored crayon. No, crayon pen. Now I'm getting confused. What was I calling them? These things. It's colored pencils. Colored pencils? Pencil crayons. Pencil crayons is the Canadian way of saying it, or at least the way I say it. Sorry, I just rambled on about all of that, so I apologize. But in that kind of confused rambling rage, I actually finished adding the details. I've been liking just adding a little line through the leaves and not adding the rest of the veining in the leaves, just to keep it more minimalist, and I really like that look lately. And then I decided to kind of overlay the little pictures of the different entrepreneurs that were featured in the Kinfolk entrepreneur pamphlet that came with the book, and intertwine the that's just my hair, sorry, intertwine the leaves that I painted. Sorry, I'm just so thrown off by this journaling session. I think I filmed this really early in the morning, but it's kind of interesting to see. But yeah, I used my tape runner to adhere that to the page, and I cut this onion skin paper that I was talking about earlier. This is also from Klasky, and I cut it down a little bit smaller than the actual square size of it because I didn't want it to take up too much of the page, and I thought it would be too symmetrical if I kept that a square because I have that square grid paper on the left-hand side of the spread. And I use my tape runner, and I'm actually running short, so that reminds me that I need to purchase more. I think I only have one tape runner refill left. And then I wanted to add some stickers to this spread, and I pulled out these stickers that my friend from My Paper Project sent, and these just have very angry and sassy quotes to it. I think one of it is I'm so done with stupid people or something, and that kind of reflects everything that's been happening around the world. But I also wanted to kind of add a little bit of a brush lettered quote to the right hand side of the spread, but I wasn't quite sure what to add. But I kind of just reflected on the week and the kind of my approach to everything lately, and it's been taking things slowly and trusting that the process will happen even though it's slow. Even with my return to YouTube, it's been quite slow. I already missed a week of videos. I missed last week's upload, but I'm trying to take it slowly, and I don't want to like overwhelm myself. But this is the completed spread. I think I turned off the camera, but I actually added a few little like starbursts and like little polka dots here and there. But that's pretty much it. I really enjoyed this spread, and it was nice kind of scaling it back a little bit and not creating a spread that's like extremely collage and extremely full. I think for most people this spread still might look quite full, but for me it's a nice like change to my extremely jam-packed journal spreads with like a million layers of paper. And it's really nice to like use some stickers again. I can't wait to kind of explore this kind of more angular watercoloring style in future videos. Let me know what you want to see in terms of videos, and I hope you all have a good week. Please stay safe, stay healthy, and I am thinking all about you guys. Take care, everyone. Bye.